Yeah?
I want to ask you a question.
Shoot, slugger.
Is it hard to kiss up to the boss so much when you got no lips?
Hey, I got all the lip I need. I get it from you. And I think you could handle.
I can handle anything you got, especially if that's your best.
You're asking the wrong guy. You should be taking a good long look at the man in the mirror.
No thanks. What did you do to get this job?
You mean what's my secret to success?
No, I mean how did you screw up and get stuck here at the DOD? What sin did you commit and how long are you gonna have to work here to pay it off?
Well, I could easily ask the same question of you.
But I don't know the answer. I still don't know what I've done.
Well, how convenient. Then, neither do I.
I want to tell you something.
Good. Go on and let it all out, Manny. There's no reason for you to be afraid of me.
You know, this used to be my office.
Yeah, I know. I found your name on some comic books in the desk.
I think you're up to something.
Yeah, I'm up to about 4 premium sales this week.
I think we should team up. Be partners.
Oh, Manny, I would, but I'm too intimidated. I could never be partners with someone who was so much more of a man than me.
Oh, come on. I've seen your wife. I want my office back.
Don't worry, you'll have years and years to enjoy it after I get promoted out and you're still here.
I want to punch you in the mouth.
Oh, no, not the Christmas party all over again.
What happened at the Christmas party?
Blacked out on the whole thing, huh? Maybe you should switch to lemonade, kid.
Well, you sound pretty out of breath, so I'm gonna blow.
Always a pleasure, Cal.
How is he sweating without skin? So inaccurate. Try to get it really accurate with the punching. You know, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. I think that's how you do it.
Oh, is left.
But you don't just do 1, 2, 1, 2 with a speed bog.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it looks better.
In my boxing history.
My grandpa used to have a boxing bag in his basement. He showed me how it worked once.
No one back there I want to see.
And you don't want Domino here alone getting all the good leads.
That too. So, you going to the Christmas party?
After the spectacle you made of yourself last year, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Domino got a raise.
Por favor, tell me some good news, why don't you?
I still love you.
You're all I really need, belleza. Well, I gotta go hit the bricks.
I'll never get out of this place. You and your fancy suits and your nose holes way up in the air, sticking your empty beer bottles down the message tubes. How fancy is that? Huh? Don't you boys upstairs realize the tube switcher is a sophisticated and delicate piece of machinery?
Huh?
You think you're better than me?
No.
Good.
Ugh, that smell. Let's see. Where am I on this? Don Copal, Domino Hurley, Junior Sales Associates. That better not be me. There she is, the number 9. One of these days, I'm gonna ride her right on out of here. As a rule, I never touch anything more sophisticated and delicate than myself. The wheel won't turn and the door won't budge. What's going down, clown?
Hey, back off, suit. I'm practicing.
Practicing what?
Wringing your neck. What does it look like?
Can I walk through your tent? I want to see the parade.
Well, walk through someone else's tent, all right? Do I look like a turnstile to you?
Some festival, huh?
Yeah, pretty busy. My carpal tunnel syndrome's really acting up.
But you don't have any tendons.
Yeah, well, you don't have a tongue, but that doesn't seem to shut you up now, does it?
Could you teach me how to do that?
Well, since you're a beginner, why don't you practice the first step?
Which is?
Blow! Bang! Popped another one. Lousy, bony fingers.
Twist me up one of them, huh, fella?
Yeah. Twist this, all right?
Bet you can't do a cat.
Shows what you know, buddy. I can do anything. I can do birds, amphibians, famous poets. Go ahead. Name one.
Okay, a cat.
No problem. Ta-da! Some of my finest work, don't you think, Sparky?
My kid wants another balloon animal.
Jeez, what now?
A dead worm.
Heck, that's easy. There's no limit on those.
My kid wants another balloon animal.
Jeez, what now?
Do you have any more dead worms back there?
Well, sure.
What is that horrible squeaking noise you're making?
New shoes. Look out below. That doesn't sound good.
Server's down again.
What else is new? Mind if I use your hole punch?
Knock yourself out.
Thanks.
Gets the aggressions out, doesn't it?
I'm not getting any messages. Is the server down?
This is their idea of a joke? They think it's funny? I'd like to jam their tubes with packing material, see how they like that.
So you're saying the server is down, is that it?
The server is not down. It's never down. It's just temporarily unavailable while I'm doing some maintenance, that's all.
So how long is it gonna be down?
With a job like this, you can never tell. Probably hours.
Or until no one's around to see you sneak out, eh?
Whichever comes first.
Who would do a terrible thing like this?
It's those punks in the mailroom. They think this baby is going to put them out of a job. And they're right.
You know, I really think it's clean enough.
Oh, it's clean enough to run all right. I'm just fiddling around to be safe. You know, gotta cover my ass.
Yes, you do. Just curious, how'd you get in there?
I squeezed down one of these tubes like a pixie. How do you think I got in here? Through the door, just like you.
Can I squeeze in there, just for a sec?
Are you kidding? This is a highly secured area. No one's allowed in here who ain't me.
What's so special about you?
I, sir, am an elemental spirit, summoned from the land of the dead itself.
Yeah, let me guess. You were given one purpose, one skill, one desire. Fixing pneumatic tube switchers.
No, I was created to run the elevators, but they put in those dang motion detectors and put me out of work. Say, Chatty Cathy, I got a lot of tubes to flush here.
Hey, me too. I'll let you go.
Not again! You trying to blow this joint sky high? That's a magnesium compound fire extinguisher! Spray that on this packing foam and we'll both be riding the giant Roman candle out of here!
What? Why would they put something so dangerous in here?
I guess they didn't expect this room to be full of hazardous waste!
I've just locked an open door. Strange, yet symbolically compelling.
Good enough for cover.
This deck of cards is a little frayed around the edges. Then again, so am I. And I've got fewer suits. Too much air pressure.
Manny, what are you doing?
Just marking cards, honey. This deck of cards is a little frayed around the edges. Then again, so am I. And I've got fewer suits. This card's full of holes. Mercedes Colomar, client number 9308, blah, blah, blah. Died of chickenpox, time of death, yada, yada, yada. Aha! Positive attributes. Volunteered time reading stories to dying children. That's good. That's really good. I think you're it, Mercedes Colomar. I think you're the one for me. Gladys, are you loco? What got into you? That was a company car.
Oh, yeah! And it's even better company now! I'm in!
Buenos días.
You're not the nurse?
No?
You're not here to give me my medication?
No, but I am here to ease your pain.
Guess they couldn't save me, huh?
No. But there's still a chance you could save me.
That's a lot of responsibility, Mr. Calavera. What makes you think I've been all that good?
Miss Colomar.
Meche, please.
Meche. I can see it in your face and in your file here, where it says you're entitled to a first-class ticket to... nowhere? What?
Did I do something wrong?
Not according to your bio. It was spotless. At least the part I read was.
I'm not sure I like the implication, Mr. Calavera.
The only implication here is that I'm fired.
Is it something I did?
Are you sure you're Mercedes Colomar?
Yes. Would you like to see my birthmark?
Sure. Where is it?
It's wherever you guys put my skin.
Anything about your past you haven't told me?
Quite a bit, considering I've told you nothing.
Did you kill much when you were alive?
Very little.
Never killed anybody?
I have to confess, I never killed anybody.
Not even a teensy bit of killing?
Maybe I just wasn't trying hard enough.
Were you a big shoplifter?
Well, they accused me of it once.
Really?
But it wasn't my fault. That puppy followed me out of the store.
Oh. Mean to animals?
Oh no, I love animals. Once, when I was volunteering at an animal shelter,
Just stop right there. Ever cheated on your taxes?
I've never paid taxes in my life.
Aha.
I've never made enough money to be taxed. You know, it's mostly been all volunteer work.
Uh-huh. Ever cheated on your husband?
Mr. Calavera, there's no ring on my finger.
There's no skin on it either.
I guess you'll just have to trust me then.
Litter?
Oh, Manny, is that the best you can do?
Work with me, Meche. Give me some dirt.
Well, I could do something bad right now if that would help.
Wouldn't count. Sorry, I give up.
Don't say that, Manny.
You know what I have to do? I just have to go straighten this mess out.
Sorry to be so much trouble, Mr. Calavera.
It's no trouble, but please, call me Manny.
This is one of the scenes where we had Tony and Maria Canals in working together, and they're both from Cuba, and they both had worked together before they were cast in Grimm. So it was kind of fun to get the two of them together again and play off of each other, which is, of course, the way you'd like to do any game.
I'm sorry I let you down, Manny.
Domino's door is locked.
Hey, Funny Bones! In my office! Now! You vandalized company property in order to obtain secret information so you could take your illegally modified company car and your unregistered driver and run Domino here off the road! All in order to steal a client from her legitimate agent!
There's nothing legitimate about this place. You give all the good clients to Domino.
Manny, now I'm embarrassed for you.
You've embarrassed the whole office. I'm going to call the woman in here so you can apologize to her yourself. Ava, send in Ms. Colomar, please.
She left about 15 minutes ago, sir. She said she had a long walk ahead of her and she wanted to get started.
Walking? She had a ticket on the number 9. Why does she think she has to walk?
That's the best package I could find for her.
Now you see why I give all the good clients to Domino. That woman was a saint and a shoo-in for a double-end ticket that she's not going to get because you just couldn't find it. And now, because of your little stunt, she's out there, on her own, walking by herself through the petrified forest, facing the demons of the underworld, alone and unprotected. This is her reward after a lifetime of hardship and public service? Her destiny stolen by some overreaching salesman looking for a fat commission he didn't deserve! Get in there and stay put until the boys downtown tell us what they want done with you. Someone's gonna take the fall for this Calavera, and it ain't gonna be me!
A room by his boss. Which I don't think is legal. But
Oh,
then
you
again,
know, back in the 30s, you could do all kinds of stuff. You know, rubber hoses for cops and so on. You know, I mean, it was just 50 years after the Old West.
Well, that's weird to think about.
Yeah.
Hey! Is anybody out there? So, Manuel, have you thought about what you have done? Who's out there? I'm you. Or rather, I was you years ago. Yeah, well, I'm me now, so get lost. Get me out of here. The only way out, Manuel, is to be taken back in. If you are truly still loyal to this company, declare it loudly. The management might hear and stick you right back in their fold. The DOD runs a crooked game, and I intend to prove it. You would do that? That could cause this agency a lot of trouble. I'm gonna blow the lid off this place. Young man, you are an enemy of the Department of Death. Welcome to the club. Salvador Limones and guest. Where are you taking me? To the headquarters of the LSA. LSA? The Lost Souls Alliance. We're a small group, Manuel. We're always looking for new soldiers. To do what exactly? We need help in our intelligence unit. You know Eva, of course.
Manny?
I was once a Reaper like yourself, Manuel. But I uncovered a web of corruption in our beloved Department of Death. I have reason to believe that the Bureau of Acquisitions is cheating the very souls it was chartered to serve. I think someone is robbing these poor, naive souls of their rightful destinies, leaving them no option but to march on a treacherous trail of tears, unprotected and alone, like babies, Manuel, like babies.
What's your evidence?
That's where you come in, Manuel. Or should I call you Agent Calavera?
Manny suits me fine. I'm not looking to join any military organization, Sal. I just want my job back so I can work off my time and get out of this dump.
Well, you won't even be able to get out of this city without my help. Which means, of course, you won't be able to find that woman and you'll never get your job back. When you're ready to join the cause, Manuel, come talk to me. We might be of some use to each other.
Oh, the secretary has a dual identity. It's always lots of fun. Always lots of fun with dual identities.
Yeah.
I like that Eva gets to have a little, like, she's got more going on than you thought she did.
I love that, too, and I like that there's something fishy in the Department of Death, too. That's a good twist.
So you're not really a secretary?
I'm a spy, Manny.
Well, that's the last time we used that temp agency. Any messages for me?
Yes. Join or die.
But I'm already...
Again!
Doesn't Capal wonder where you are?
Don and Domino were both locked up in Don's office with some bigwig from downtown. Some fatty in a fez.
Who is the fat man, I wonder? And how does he fit into this sinister puzzle?
How long have you been a spy?
Salvador recruited me about a year ago. I couldn't resist him. He's just so noble.
What are you working on there?
I'm trying to get this radio working so we can use it in the field. But it looks pretty hopeless. Salvador's right. We need good old-fashioned homing pigeons to communicate with our field agents.
You have field agents?
No, it's just Sal and me right now. But someday, Manny.
Eva, you gotta get me out of town. They're gonna sprout me.
You can't leave, Manny. We need access to the DoD computer network if we're ever gonna find out what's going on. And we can't access without a salesman like you. The computer IDs you when you log on.
How does it do that? Fingerprints? I don't have any.
Your teeth, Manny. Haven't you ever noticed your computer scanning your teeth when you log on?
I thought that was just a power search.
We need your teeth, Manny. We can't let you go. Sorry.
So, you won't help me out of here?
Sorry. I'll help you out, but not your teeth. Think it over.
Okay, I'm in. What do I have to do?
I'm going to build an underground army of souls to fight the injustice I have seen in El Marro. Communication will become vital as the Lost Souls Alliance spreads out. We'll need messengers we can trust.
Do you know something I don't know?
Have you ever wondered why your clients, even your best clients, never seem to qualify for the packages you know they deserve?
Yes. My last client in particular, Meche.
Well, they all did qualify, Manuel. Especially her. But somehow, somebody with access to the files has stolen their just rewards. Their sweet hereafters.
Their tickets on the number 9?
Precisamente, amigo.
What would they do with the tickets?
A ticket on the number 9 is like a leaf of gold, Manuel. Especially to one who has died with a less than perfect record. Someone is profiting here from those that would buy their way into heaven.
But money's not important here. We all just want out.
You want to get out, Manuel. And so do I someday. But for some people, this world is all there is. They have decided to seek pleasure and happiness here in the 8th underworld. And for that, you need money.
You want me to be your messenger?
No, Manuel. Our numbers are small and our agents are too valuable to risk that sort of work. History shows only one messenger to be of use to a cause like ours. Carrier pigeons.
If I grab some pigeons off the roof, will you let me go?
No, I need to raise them from birth, Agent Calavera. I need you to bring me their eggs.
You're keeping me here because you need the eggs?
Why are you still here, Calavera? Go get me an Air Force before it hatches. Now that's all the briefing you need, soldier. Viva la revolution!
This computer shut off.
We salvaged that unit when the company threw it away, but we have yet to get it working. When we do, we'll need you to get us into the system.
I'll be long gone before then.
We'll see, Manuel. Manuel, I was looking at that.
It won't budge.
It opens for members of the LSA only.
Can't go through on foot. People have tried, but they never came back. Hey, what did they do with Glottis? Ooh, ick. It came out like soft serve ice cream, but judging by the smell, I think it's auto body filler. I'm not going upstairs. I want him to think I'm still locked in the shop. I have to go. That sound makes me want to kill somebody.
You too?
I'm not going in there. They still think I'm locked up, hopefully.
I always liked the music up at the up on the ledge.
Me too. It's very Bernard Herrmann.
And it made
Vertigo.
me feel, always made me feel like a little. Maybe it's because I actually have
Vertigo?
a little bit of vertigo or whatever you said. No, vertigo
But
is not the
isn't
thing.
that
but, yeah.
that happens a lot in Vertigo, the
Fights.
movie Vertigo, like the
Yes.
na, 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 na,
Yeah,
na, na,
yeah.
na, na.
Yeah, it probably comes from that.
Like that dreamy falling sensation.
Well, I'm a huge Bernard Herrmann fan. How can you not be? He's really he was the guy who really brought kind of a seriousness of classical music to scoring. I mean, the guys before me, there were great composers before him. They were a little more sort of kind of the entertaining aspect of orchestral music, and I think he was really very serious about it.
No use for it. No use for it. Dom's office is empty.
So there's a scene here. So there's the wine bottle there on the side, or sorry, the bourbon bottle, and there's the taking a slug of his booze, and that was actually like we had lots of math problems early in the game where we were lining up camera angles, like you mentioned, and these camera angles, if we had it off between the real time and the pre-render stuff, things got kind of messy. And so that was one of the first scenes we had where Manny as one character goes and interacts with another item in the scene, and it also has to be placed very precisely in the scene because it has to appear to be on the shelf. And it was really difficult to coordinate. You know, he has to walk to exactly the right spot, line up to perform his animation. The cup has its own animation of flying through the air to his mouth. There's all these weird ways we handled it. I think we changed that later to handle it better, so that the cup was actually attached to him. We'd swap it in, but you know, blank out the one that was on the shelf, put in the one that was in his hand. It's like a magic trick, but originally that was something we used to test it out and make it work. And it was, I remember spending days on that and just being worried, like, oh man, we're never going to get this to align perfectly between 2D and 3D.
Ugh, Domino had this in his mouth. He's got a lock on it. I can't believe he doesn't trust me. I'm gonna try to guess his password. Nope, it's not Golden Boy. I'm gonna try to guess his password. And it's not Mr. D either. So much for Dommy. Arrogant fraud doesn't work. Whew, I was scared it might be Eva. What the?
Yeah, I remember something about the mural. This would be the mural in what's that guy's name? The Nemesis office.
Domino.
The mural on the ceiling of Domino's office is there was something. I think maybe that angle wasn't planned or something in the game, and then whoever did the textures for that room put this crazy mural on there, and so it was like, oh, we have to show the mural. We have to get that up there. I remember there was some sort of fiasco around that mural.
Usually it's the other way around. Yeah. Usually artists put a bunch of beautiful work into something, and then someone turns the camera the other way and doesn't show it.
Right, exactly.
Well, he likes boxing too, but that ain't it. It looks like a glowing hunk of coral. Not greed. Not vanity. Not sleaze. I give up. No use for it. Congratulations, Domino, on your new job, Hector.
used to work at a doctor's office, and one of the jobs that I was doing, just terrible jobs there, and one of them was the roof was covered in like 6 inches of pigeon guano up there. They had a flat roof, like the roof of this building, and they're like, look, we got to get that stuff off the roof. It's going to break the roof. There's so much pigeon crap on the roof. And I had to go up there with like this flat shovel and cut. It was kind of like cutting brownies out of a pan.
Yeah.
I was just chopping up the bird poop and just scooping it up and throwing it off the roof. And but in chopping it up, I occasionally find like in sedimentary rock, like an archaeologist or a paleontologist, I would find the bones of a dead pigeon just inside this weird brownie of guano on the roof.
Wow.
So I had my fair share of bad jobs.
So this was really a kind of therapy to get that.
Yeah, but I'm really there's not
experience.
enough poop on the roof to make this really.
Well, it's hard to indicate that with the technology of the time. Kind of just like if you did wind in a 8-bit game, it just sounded like and just sounded bad, you know.
At least I got to clear the pigeons from the roof of my memories.
I prefer to eat out of clean dishes that aren't nailed to the roof. Hey! Since I really didn't get to celebrate the festival this year, I think I'm entitled to a little pan de muertos. It's a squeaky little kitty. Maybe that will scare them, eventually. The bread of the dead. Yeah, beat it, you lousy little lech pickers! You must come with me, young ones, for I am the Grim Reaper.
I used to work at a doctor's office.
Man, are those pigeons gonna be ticked. Agent Calavera and 2 guests. Check these babies out.
Excellent, Manuel. With these, I can breed an entire army of winged messengers. Our revolution can spread now across the land, carried on the shimmering wings of justice, thanks to you, Agent Calavera.
I myself would also like to spread across the land.
But you can't. We need your dental work here to access the computer. I am sorry, but freedom has its price.
Domino's mouthpiece. Why am I carrying this around? Philadent. Good for dents, great for dentures. Agent Calavera here. This mouthpiece is full of Philadent.
I'm not sure what to make of that. Why don't you show it to my intelligence officer?
Ooh, what is that? Custard?
Try it.
No, thanks. I'm watching my figure.
I don't want to make an impression of that. I don't want to make an impression of that. Wow, that made a perfect impression of my teeth, and left quite a chalky aftertaste, too.
I'm not sure what to make of that. Why don't you show it to my intelligence officer?
Manny, this looks like a perfect impression of your teeth. We can use this as a mold to make a fake set of teeth and get into the computer system that way.
Good work, soldier. You are a friend of the revolution, Agent Calavera. And now, let me be of service to you.
You must go to the town of Rubacaba, my friend,
if you want to find your lost soul.
How do you know where she is?
I don't, but everyone who wants to get to the ninth underworld must cross the Sea of Lament, and therefore must go to Rubacaba to get passage on a ship. As long as you get there before she does, you'll find her. But it may be quite a wait.
I'll wait as long as it takes.
Manuel, are you in love with her?
Love? Love is for the living, Sal. I'm only after her for one reason. She's my ticket out of here. That was some tunnel. I'm all the way to the edge of the Petrified forest.
That line right there, love is for the living. I'm only after her for one reason. She's my ticket out of here. That was the key line that Tony and I would always go back to that kind of identified who that character was. The idea with Manny being a Hispanic Humphrey Bogart, that line evoked Casablanca in many ways, and that was kind of just we worked on that line more longer than we should have, but it was just one of those that we just felt was important to kind of nail and help define Manny.
And you could see Pete's musical treatment of it. He kind of suspended the music and had this little classical guitar melody that had a feeling of being like a pocket in time to further highlight that line.
Right.
Yeah.
Gladys, my friend, why are you crying?
Manny? Oh, Manny, they fired me!
Me too, buddy.
You don't understand, Manny. I was created just to do that job. It's the only thing that makes me happy. It's like they reached into my chest and pulled out my heart and threw it into the woods to...
Gladys, what have you done? Oh, Gladys.
I always liked Glottis because he's just so pure in his... I mean, he's by definition pure in that he's just the spirit of driving, kind of. Like, he was summoned from the land itself, and he has no... nothing but a desire to drive and go fast, and all his motivations are about, like, moving at high speed. He almost dies because he's going too slow at some point, and he has to go fast again to come back to life.
Right.
But he also obviously cares about friendship and Manny, and he's a very loyal character.
Wake up, buddy. Oh, no. Ooh, ick. Shoot!
While we're making this game, I just randomly was thinking about how nice it is that spiders can't fly. You know, with spiders are kind of icky, but they're on the wall. You can stay away from them. Don't go in the garage. Don't get fire, whatever. You can stay away from spiders, but what if they could fly? What if you had to, instead of like a bee buzzing around you or something, you had to worry about like there's a black widow. Like, wouldn't that be creepy? So we made flying spiders in the game.
It's stuck in there good. I guess I could always use a spare. Soup's on. Huh, they don't seem very interested in that bone I put in there. There's already a bone in there. There's already a bone in there. It's stuck in there good. Poor spiders. No more demon heart to eat. It's still beating.
Heart. Heart is good. Be good to heart. Don't tear out heart. Heart is good. Strong, beating, good heart. Hey, is that my car?
Mr. Lamont, I assure you the missing woman will be found. I will personally track her down myself.
Just like you personally picked her up from the land of the living?
That was my intention, but Agent Calavera somehow got to her first.
We gave you the fastest car, Domino. We gave you all the best clients. You had all the advantages. So how was this Calavera able to sneak in there and eat your lunch?
Oh, now, Hector, you can't get too mad at Domino. That wasn't his fault.
Oh, I can, Don. You should know I can get too mad. But not at Domino. After all, he wasn't in charge of this operation. At least, not until now.
Hector, no!
Marigolds. Funny. For some reason, I was expecting tulips. Well, maybe Mr. Calavera, eh, Domino? Why don't you personally go down to the basement and escort him up here? The sooner he's sprouted and we can get back to business, the better.
Wanna go for a ride?
I thought you'd never ask.
Sorry.
Hey, wait a second.
Area that Tim and I would make a lot of jokes about because, you know, producer type person, I need to shorten the game, cut it somehow. So this area, I would, you know, say, hey, we need to cut the beavers. Does that make sense?
He's like, no way, not cutting it.
Oh, well, the whole time we'd fight about it, and it was that one kind of thing where, that was the story I told a little earlier about the ship, you know, and he said, Leslie, a game is like a ship, and the ship is going, and it's going to keep going until it stops. And I was like, what kind of logic is that? It has to finish at some point. So I was like, look, the beavers got to go, and they'd always be on the list. And he actually drew me a little pictures on a napkin of like the armadillo, the beavers on fire. And he's like, why did you cut me, Leslie? Please don't cut me, Leslie. And he would just poke me.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
This is a low-riding street rod, not a 4x4. We don't have the clearance for that kind of road.
Híjole, mano. What sort of unholy Christmas tree farm is this, Gladys? Gladys?
Manny, check out this wheelbarrow, will ya? With a couple of ATV nubby tires on the back and a 2-stroke lawnmower engine, we could make one sweet go-kart. Ooh, careful, Manny! With the harmonic balancer turned off, those pumps might shake that tree apart. Oh, but... Oh! If we shook the tree down, those pumps would dislodge, and I could make high-lift shocks out of them for the bone wagon. Hold on. I'm going to unbalance that wheel with some of these weights. That'll shake her down for sure. Okay, just give me a second to balance these doggies. Hey, Manny! What are you doing?
Outside of the entertainment value, that didn't do what I had hoped.
That was a dirty trick, Manny.
Oh, it was an accident. I bumped the switch with my elbow.
Oh, okay.
This thing all over the forest.
You will once I get that 2-stroke in there.
What are they doing to that tree?
Oh, city boy! You work all day in a 60-story skyscraper, but didn't you ever wonder what it was made of? The marrow of these trees, Manny. They suck it out. It's like cement.
Is that why the town's called El Marrow?
Huh? Never thought of that. Maybe so.
I remember in this room, as in several others, Julian, we used a sound ambience that we recorded using a contact microphone on various machines, like Coke machines, other vibrating devices or machine-like devices that produces a kind of interesting hum. And if you put your ear up against a Coke machine, or I was just on the Golden Gate Bridge last week, and I stuck my ear up against one of those, 300, 200-foot pylons, and it's amazing the resonances that are going on in those type of resonant bodies. And we would record things like that and turn them into ambiances for some of the rooms.
Enough. And maybe if I moved them around a little. Hey, while you have that off, let me try moving those weights around some more. Now, no monkey business this time, Calavera. Manny, you Manny, until now we scraped along the ground like rats. But from now on, we soar like eagles. Like eagles on pogo sticks!
What a relief. I was getting concerned that our transportation wasn't ostentatious enough.
Get in, or are you afraid of heights?
This signpost seems to be pointing the way to Rubacava. This signpost seems to be pointing the way to Rubacava. Well, it's pointing somewhere. Well, it's pointing somewhere. Well, it's pointing somewhere. couldn't take that off with my bare hands. If only I hadn't thrown away that little hand exerciser Domino got me for Secret Santa.
Manny! What are you doing? Don't you know what's on the other side of that gate?
Yeah, the way out of the forest.
Demon beavers, Manny! They'll make you into a dam!
Relax, Geppetto. I'm not made of wood.
But Manny! They don't use wood.
Come on, Gladys. Let's crash through this gate and drive right over those little monsters.
No way, Manny. Oh, those flaming bone beavers are mean. They bite, they claw, and if one of them wrapped around my drive shaft, I'd be picking flaming hunks of fur out of my U-joint for months. I'm not going down there until you get rid of them. I'm scared of that sign.
It looks like some sort of warning sign. They'll tear you apart bone by bone and build with you a human throne. Their buck-toothed king will sit upon what once was you, but now is gone. This key unlocks the gates of hell. Steady traveler, use it well. Can't pass up an old creepy key.
This is like a callback to those brave young men in their jaunty jalopies. You ever seen that movie? Because those outrageous young men, they're flying machines.
No, that I remember.
There are these two crazy movies from the 60s, which were all about, it was kind of like the Wacky Races, but a real-life version.
Magnificent.
Yeah.
Flying machines.
And it was like one of those movies, it was kind of like Wild, Wild, Wild World or whatever. Like a Mad World, where all these people were chasing some crazy prize. But the cars in it always had things like that. I think that is a direct lift. Like one of the cars would have these hydraulic shocks that lifted up or just crazy extending things.
Right.
I still remember writing a big justification about tank controls when I was pitching this. People were like, let's make it so the controls are more like Mario, where you push it. No, point and click. I was thinking tank controls I thought were superior to point and click at the time, because when you're pointing and clicking, you're distant from the screen, and the screen is this other thing that you're interacting with at your fingertips.
Right.
But when you're doing tank controls, you feel like you are in the center of the character.
Right.
And the world is rotating. The world's rotating around you. And so when you think, instead of going, I want to go on the left of the screen or I want to go to the right of the screen, you're saying, I want to look at the thing to the left of me and the thing to the right of me.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I don't know if that was necessarily the right decision, but it's a good piece of evidence that you can sometimes make a really good argument for the wrong decision, and that's something to watch out for in life. You know what I mean? Like, you can make a really compelling and, in fact, win an argument.
Oh, yeah.
And be totally wrong.
Winning an argument has nothing to do with being right, that's for sure.
Exactly. It's just being able to make a good case.
Something has sucked the marrow out. This river seems to be made of tar, but those beavers just seem to cut through it like water. That road leads out of the forest, I'm sure. But I don't think I'd get very far on foot. Plus, how could I leave without Gladys? Okay, the beasts of Black River are blowing bubbles at the bottom, so let's power on through, huh, Glot?
Manny, look at that badass gate. I can't drive through that. We have to find the key.
Híjole. It's the key to the gates of hell, I seem to recall.